Marvel Strike Force. It's Cosmic Crucible Round 3, the last round of Season 13. From the screen, you can see my round didn't go great. I messed up. I'll talk about that here in a minute. But first, I want to talk about how I want to do Cosmic Crucible videos going forward. And I'd really love to hear your opinion. What I'm thinking is I don't want to show every match because I don't think it's very interesting. And maybe you guys like that instead, but let me know. What I'm thinking instead is I'd like to go through the planning period with you, tell you what I'm thinking and why I'm planning on doing what I'm doing, and then I'd like to show maybe a couple of the valuable matches, and then I'd like to show you probably like offensive, defensive wins and losses, so we can talk about why what happened. And we're going to do that in this video, instead of going through every single match and watching Immortal for the 5th time. So, on an attack, I felt really good about this one. I thought I had it won. First round, I went into Illuminati with Sasquatch. I got everything cleared except for the Odin, which was fine. And then I went into it with a cleanup team, a fast cleanup team. And then round 2, or room 2, I took Immortal into Annihilator Super Scroll, which I don't know why that was in that room, but whatever. Room 3, I dropped attacks. It went bad. I was under the impression that S6 could beat Liberty, but it seems that S6 can't beat big Liberties, and that happened to me multiple times this Crucible, and I won't be doing it anymore. So I won't be doing that. I did end up, I couldn't even get it done with S6 Dorm. Like, I tried different things. This is what I slotted in, and it was one of my last attacks, and that's why it ended up the way it is. I ended up taking S6 into the Retaliate team, and they barely got it done. I'm feeling like S6 is starting to feel like New Warriors. They just don't have the stats to compete anymore. I'm not sure that they are going to see much play in the next season, but I feel like they probably don't have the hit points to be able to play, which means we might start pulling pieces off of them. We might use them as a 3-piece to suck speed up off with Vulture, but I kind of think they're starting to run their course. Room 5, he had an interesting room with Old Man Logan, Black Knight, Nightcrawler. I took in an Old Man Logan mirror with Howard the Duck. She completely shut down Nightcrawler, completely shut down Old Man Logan. Very easy room. So that's another piece that we're going to talk about when we get to defense. I think Nightcrawler's time on defense is done. Howard the Duck is just too easy to put into his place, things like that. Unless you can put up enough pieces that matter, but there's a lot of pieces now. Room 6, I took in Kestrel Night Stalkers into Orcus plus Emma. Again, no issue. Emma doesn't do anything in this room other than just sack a little bit of efficiency. Let's go see what my opponent did. I had Illuminati on defense with Groot. It picked up a win against S6, no issue. His S6 was even a little bit bigger than mine. He ended up taking Night Stalkers in to clean it up. 2 million punch down. Room 2, I had a weird room. I had a Cabal Shadow King room. He took Cabal King Emma in there and ran it over. That was probably my fault for trying to do something creative, because I pulled my Mephisto out of that room because thinking I needed him from last round. Room 3, I was running Kahori Black Knight. I threw Leader in there to give extra HP to that team. It looks like he just threw in more big pieces than one. He had APOC in there, Shadow King, Kahori. He just got her done. APOC came in there, removed Black Knight's safeguard. Kahori comes in, flips it, and then they just go all in on Kahori. I know that's going to be a run over room. Okay, it's Liberty. He took Immortal in. Immortal, I really wasn't sure. That's what I should have taken in on offensive side, and I knew that, but I thought I could get away with the cheaper counter. I didn't expect Liberty or Immortal to just run over Thanos. I did find that interesting, but so that's not looking promising. Room 5, I thought this was an interesting room, but I didn't really account for Starjammers. With Howard the Duck existing, and it's the same problem my opponent had. We both thought Nightcrawler would be great on defense, but with Howard the Duck existing, Nightcrawler goes first, tries to stun something, can't stun something because he doesn't have the stats anymore, and then he gives speed up to characters, but he doesn't give speed up because he goes before Howard the Duck. So Nightcrawler's time on defense is feeling really bad right now. Um, and with my Lilander on defense, he just took Lilander in, and then he got to go play with all my toys that were hiding behind my walls. So that's why I'm thinking Gladiator's stock is super down right now, and I still think Gladiator's a good piece, but we need to target Gladiator into things that Lilander doesn't want to go into, or he needs to be in such a thick room that it doesn't matter if his taunt's missing. So I'm gonna have to rethink this stuff when we go into the next season. Room 6, I really like this defensive room, but 3 Diamond Mephistos, man, are brutal. Um, this room, I've seen it beat, before G20 came out and before Starjammers exist, this room would beat Phoenix Force, because the Echo would accidentally die, and then Odin would kind of start to pop off, and Super Skrull would start to pop off because of the spells, and if they didn't start to pop off, then Spidersociety started to pop off. So it kind of played into that, but with Mephisto being 3 Diamond G20, bad things happened, and it completely played differently than I expected, and I'm going to play it. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So this was a 3 Diamond Mephisto, 7 red Phoenix Force, and Super Skrull comes in ults. Normally Super Skrull kills Echo, so I thought that was interesting. I don't remember if that was a 3 Diamond Echo. It might have been. But look how much damage Mephisto did. He deleted my G19.5 Odin. That's wild with the ult. So Mephistos that are 3 Diamond with G20 are absolutely bonkers right now. So definitely wishing I had more diamonds on my Mephisto. I'm going to go ahead and show you the Starjammers versus my Starjammers hodgepodge. So he comes in with Havoc, who can stun because he can hit special. My Havoc has to ult because he's on defense. Lilandra can't get taunt, or Gladiator can't get taunt, so he can go after Lilandra immediately. Does force the summon back in, but what I wasn't very surprised about is how little damage Nightcrawler does now. He just kind of feels wimpy. My Havoc's kind of just getting murked back there from passive damage, and Nightcrawler ults, and look how little damage Nightcrawler did. He took not even 10% off of most of these characters. Old characters are feeling small, man. So I think we really have to think about what we're doing with G19.5, what we're doing with new stat characters. And again, look at this. Most of these characters haven't even taken damage. They're not even at 50%. And they're not controlling the matchup. They're just standing here being a wall. And I think this isn't a token to Starjammers being good. I think this is a token to new stats being, or old stats being bad. And I went ahead and pulled up my Room 5 attack, showing Howard the Duck. So Nightcrawler's going to give 0 speed here. He just gives speed up to himself. So no speed for anybody. Old Man Logan kind of just stands there. He's also got no speed bar for most of this. He died the first time. I ended up permanent killing him with the Black Cat. Overall, I don't even think that Old Man Logan was needed. I probably could have done something different and just dealt with the Black Knight. But the results of this matchup are pretty similar to what I saw on defense, was that old stat characters feel old. they don't feel very important. So I'm really going to be thinking hard this week about what's G19.5 and what's in the meta, because I think the meta has changed a lot with the current, with this last week. So with that, we found out why I won and lost. I made bad attacks. I disrespected G19.5 really bad this week, and it was evident. So my results showed it. I think I ended the season at 1900. I'm gonna fall just under 1900. That's my fault for making horrible mistakes. I shouldn't fall out of Masters, so that's good. So we will work on climbing back up.